this video, we will understand various components, sources, and measuring instruments used in microwave bench. So we'll take one instrument or one component or one source at a time and we'll understand its working. So this is a frequency meter which is used for microwave frequency measurement. It is also known as wave meter. A typical wave meter is a cylindrical cavity with a variable short circuit termination which changes the resonance frequency of the cavity by changing the cavity length. T011 mode is most suitable for wave meter because of its higher Q and absence of axial current. Since this is higher order mode, possibility of generation of lower order modes exists. Hence, for practical purposes, dominant TM010 mode is used in wave meter applications. Wave meter axis is placed perpendicular to the broad wall of the waveguide and coupled by means of a hole in the narrow wall. This excites TM010 mode in the cavity due to the magnetic field coupling. A block of absorbing material, usually polytron, placed at the back of the tuning plunger prevents oscillations on top of it. Thus, the cavity resonates at different frequencies for different plunger positions. The tuning can be calibrated in terms of frequency by known frequency input signals and observing the dip in the display unit, power meter, connected at the output side of the waveguide. The accuracy of such a wave meter is in the range of 1% to 0.005% for available quality factor of 1000 to 50,000 respectively. Since the power is absorbed in the wave meter at resonance, this is called absorption type wave meter. This is slotted line carriage. This component or measuring instrument is used to measure VSWR and standing wave pattern, wavelength, impedance, reflection coefficient and return loss. Basically, slotted line carriage contains a coaxial E-field probe which penetrates inside a rectangular slotted section or a coaxial slotted line section and is able to traverse a longitudinal narrow slot. A vernier is present in order to take the various positions of the coaxial probe. Longitudinal slot is cut along the center of the waveguide broad wall or along the outer conductor of the coaxial line over a length of 2 to 3 wavelengths where the E field on the wall does not have any transverse component. Probe is moved longitudinally at a constant depth to achieve uniform coupling between the E field inside the line and the probe current. This probe samples the E field which is proportional to the probe voltage. Probe carriage contains a stub tunable coaxial probe detector to obtain a low frequency modulating signal output to a scope or VSWR meter. This probe should be thin and the depth should be small enough to avoid any field distortion. This is a VSWR meter. It is used to measure voltage standing wave ratio, that is Vmax upon Vmin. Basically, a VSWR meter is a sensitive, high gain, high quality factor, low noise voltage amplifier. Input of VSWR meter is the detected signal and output of the microwave detector. Output of the amplifier is measured with a square law calibrated voltmeter, which directly gives the VSWR reading of Vmax upon Vminimum for an input of Vmin, after the meter is adjusted to unity VSWR for an input corresponding to Vmax. In this meter, we have various control knobs. We'll see one by one. We have a power switch. This is a push button switch for supplying power to the instrument. This is your meter calibrated in SWR and dB. It is used for measuring SWR and gain. We have a gain coarse control and fine control. Gain coarse control, it is a control for adjustments of meter on full scale or any other convenient reading. Gain fine control is used to control for fine adjustment of meter on full scale or any other convenient reading, maybe 0.8 dB. This is range switch. It is a 7-position attenuator, minimum in 10 dB steps. This is a crystal switch. It is an input selector switch for low and high inputs, that is high 200 kilo ohms crystal and low 200 ohms. This is your meter selector switch. This is 3-position switch, normal, selection or normal scale, expand, selection or expanded scale, and -5 dB scale. Input, this is a BNC female connector for connecting signal to be measured. We have 3 scales in the meter. Top SWR normal 1 to 4, bottom SWR normal 3.2 to 10, expanded SWR 1 to 1.3, DB 0 to 9 dB, expanded DB 0 to 2.1 dB. This is Klastron power supply. It is a general purpose laboratory power supply which is especially designed to use for reflex Klastron tubes of S to X band frequency range. It is a reliable power source with very high regulation and low ripple contents. It has built-in modulation facilities of amplitude and frequency modulation. Amplitude modulation can be applied with 0 to 110 volt peak to peak square wave and with frequency of 500 Hz to 2.5 kHz. This amplitude modulation is generally used along with VSWR measurements in slotted line carrier technique. Frequency modulation is used for direct supply of Klastron nodes on the oscilloscope. Your carrier wave operation and external modulation facilities is also provided with the instrument for generalized use. The Klastron power supply also provides all of the DC voltages required for operation of reflex Klastron tube, such as beam, heater and reflector voltage. The range of all these voltages will be discussed shortly. Therefore, discussing the ranges, let us identify various knobs on the panel. This is your power switch to on off the instrument power. This is our output octal socket, which is matched with octal plug of Klystron mount and provides all voltage which are required to operate the Klystron tube. The beam voltage. When rotating clockwise direction, it increases the beam voltage which can be read on the panel meter. Repeller voltage varies reflector voltage, which is used to obtain different modes of the Klystron or to optimize the power output. Modulation. CW position. Modulation is not applied and Klystron operates at carrier relay. HV of internal modulator circuit is switched off to reduce history pickup. AM position. Square wave modulation is switched on and is applied to reflector of reflex Klystron tube. FM position. Sawtooth modulation is switched on. External position. Internal modulation is switched off and external modulator can be applied through the BNC connector of the panel. Amplitude. AM adjusts amplitude of AM modulating signal. FM adjusts amplitude of FM modulating. Frequency. AM. Control the frequency of amplitude modulating signal from 500 Hz to 1500 Hz approximately. Meter selector. V position to measure beam voltage of supply in volt at DPM. C position to measure beam current drawn by Klystron in milliamperes at DPM. REP position, repeller position, to measure repeller voltage applied to Klystron tube at DPM. Now we'll understand how to operate the Klystron power supply. Before switching on power, make sure about the following positions. Connect the Klystron mount to output socket of power supply. Keep the beam voltage knob fully anti-clockwise. Keep the reflector voltage knob fully clockwise position. Keep the HT switch in off position. Set the modulation function switch at CW position. Now you can put on the power switch. Turn the meter switch to voltage position. Now meter reads beam voltage. Adjust the beam voltage at desired value from this knob. Turn the meter switch at C position and check the current. Adjust the repeller voltage knob for maximum output. Required frequency can be obtained by turning the Klystron tube mechanically through a screw provided. Small adjustment can be made with reflector voltage also. This is our Klystron mount. This Klystron mount is used to transmit microwave power from reflect Klystron tube to rectangular waveguide. Klystron mounts are designed by a section of waveguide. One end of waveguide is fitted with a movable short plunger. A small hole on the broad wall of waveguide is provided through which coupling pin of reflex piston tube enters into the waveguide. By moving plunger, maximum output can be achieved. This is waveguide detector mount. These are used to provide amplitude or pulse modulation in which wide range of microwave to study many applications. These modulators use pin diode which is mounted across the waveguide line with RF isolated DC bias lead passing to an external TNC pin. Attenuator. We have two different kinds of attenuators, the fixed attenuator and variable attenuator. Actually, attenuators are used to adjust power or attenuate the power flowing in the waveguide. These attenuators are available in various ranges. The fixed attenuators are available in 3 dB, 6 dB, 10 dB, etc. These attenuators are calibrated at center frequency of respective frequency band. The variable attenuator power can be adjusted by this knob. Microwaves. There are many situations when we require various types of bands. This is E band, E plane band, and this is H plane band. Waveguide bands in E and H plane of 90 degrees normally available. Waveguide bands designed by a section of rectangular waveguide and flange. These are directional couplers. This is cross direct coupler. This is multi-volt directional coupler. Directional couplers are designed to measure incident and reflective power values and also provide a signal path to a receiver or perform other desirable operation. In its most common form, the directional coupler is a 4-port waveguide junction consisting of a primary main waveguide and a secondary auxiliary waveguide. These are available in 3, 6, 10, 20, 40 dB coupling. This is gun oscillator. The gun oscillator is used to generate the microwave signal, and its micrometer is used to tune the output frequency of gun oscillator. 90-degree waveguide twist. This twist is useful in many situations in order to connect various waveguides. Waveguide twist is used to change the plane of polarization of a waveguide transmission line. It is made from a section of waveguide which has been precisely twisted. 90-degree twist is a standard available. This is matched termination. Matched termination is used to terminate the waveguide transmission line operating at low average power. The loads are carefully designed to absorb all the applied power, and VSWR of matched transmission is low. These are used in the measurement of reflection coefficient and where the matched load is required. This is movable sort. Movable sorts are used to obtain a phase reference in the calibration of various experimental setups. These are also used to vary the effective plane of reflection and therefore the phase of reflected wave. Movable sorts are used to measure the impedance of a device. Movable sorts are of two types. One has no provision to record position of sort in the waveguide, and other type of movable sort is precision movable sort in which position can be recorded. This is H plane T, this is E plane T, This is combination of E and H plenty and is known as magic or hybrid tea. Teas are used to combine power from two input or divided microwave power from one input to two output lines. T is an intersection of three waveguides in the form of alphabet T. These are circulators. This is T circulator. This is waveguide circulator. And this is Y circulator. Circulators are 3-port devices which offer low insertion loss and high isolation over 1 GHz, and a circulator is a 3-port device which has a peculiar property of coupling power to the adjacent port clockwise. Means power fed to port number 1 goes to port number 3 and no power is coupled to the port number 3. Similar kind of operation is in all these circulators. This is isolator. This is used as a coupling device between source and load. It provides full transmission in one direction to the wave and provides maximum attenuation in the reverse direction. So in this way we have studied various components, sources and measuring instruments used in a microwave lab. Thank you very much.